temple, as that was live streamed. But simple overview, mainly use Charlotte. Sometimes you can use trial characters if you need to, and just a few other rules that we'll go over in detail in the in Kai Temple. Talk about the pros and cons of Charlotte. The pros are she's really good at energy generation, which I found pretty early on with her skill, which gives quite a bit of energy. For her burst, which is another pro. It's good healing, it's decent damage against shield users, like those wooden shield melee shells. As you see here, we're able to use Amber to light the Pyro monument. Because other than that, I'd have to do skips, and I'm not going to do skips in the run. It doesn't seem fair to the character. No one else really enjoys Charlotte. As you see, we broke the thing. We got out of the temple. I'll leave you to pass me for the Fire Temple. This was our gliding test, where I would say we went really quickly through. I did not want to subject you to more Charlotte gameplay. We did have to use Amber in this domain to get rid of that Cryo Slime. If not, we wouldn't have been able to progress. I had a joke written down here about Charlotte being a photo bomber with the airdrop skill, but guess I couldn't get it in. Oh well. At least we're going to pass our gliding exam and go straight on to Act 2. Because the Kaya and Lisa domains just so happen to have corrupt footage, which you'll find quite a lot with this video, because it was recorded over Twitch, OBS, and over a Discord call. So it won't get really good until the last act, because that was recorded solo. And the droplet crystal, which you got in the start of the game, wasn't recorded. Just happened to react to visions, which unfortunately isn't mine. Game honorary light, and Dean sends us off to do stuff. Like find Paimon sends us gets this sketchy green guy. Or as some of us know him as Venti. Oh look, sketchy green guy. Oh, and it's the exact same green. We use this time to chase him down, so that he can't really do anything. We catch up to Venti, and Paimon just gives us the side eye. And we have to do mandatory stealth. Don't like stealth missions, so I'm just let zoom through it. We get the lyre stolen off us. We are told to get by Venti. We get charged with we get falsely accused of stealing, which we didn't do because we couldn't do it. Meet up with Jean and D-Luke in the bar, which is just a lot of dialogue. And then we go with D-Luke to get the lyre. Which is where you find us now. Because I don't think anyone wants to see this. Fight a Ruin Guard. This fight took 2 minutes straight. I'm not joking. I really hated this fight. But it's ironically not our longest fight in the video. That'll come up later. What an unfortunate story quest. Yeah, our damage was not that good. If you can see that, we had no chance of dying because of Charlotte's incredible range. The cons of Charlotte. Right. You'll see here that I skipped through most of the things. That's because more corrupt footage. But we got the 2 crystal tears, added them to the lyre. That's where you find us now. We have to head up to Starset's Cliff. I decided to give you the full leyline Charlotte gameplay because of all of the missed content. Because, yeah, corrupt stuff just didn't work out well. Yeah, just get some regular Charlotte gameplay. Isn't much. Well, it's actually a lot for Charlotte. But hey, what else are you going to do about it? Cryo is very good for Charlotte. The main cons for Charlotte are, one, she's a catalyst user, so we can't hit cryo enemies, like cryo slimes, cryo abyss mages, unless we have Eye Perception, Frostbearer, or other items that give damage based off of your hits. But yeah, I'll just do with the uncut footage of fighting this ley line.
Everyone is finally here.
We meet up with Diluc, Jean, and Venti at Mondstat Cliff, ready to meet Dvalin. Let's just hope Venti can summon it properly. From what we've seen of him, there's nothing. He's not the best one, bud. Because that would be Charlotte, who knows everyone. Venti played so bad, the lyre broke. And we found the mortal enemy of this video. Cryo Rage. Which finished Act 2.
And the editor-in-chief is always open to new ideas, but most of
Between Act 2 and 3, we decided to do the massive walk straight from Mondstat to Fontaine, or just around Leeway. It went straight to Fontaine, through Sumeru. If you want to see the full thing, then just say it in the comments, but I doubt anyone wants to see this. Probably in a normal speed. This is 16 times speed. You grab a Rave Rider, Vader Harbor. Head over Petrior, get Thatcher the 7 here. Up to Paimon. Head over to the elevator. Now we're in Charlotte's home region. We came to Fontaine for one reason only. Ascension materials. I decided to perfectly time it, that as soon as I hit AR-15, I'd be able to collect my resources and immediately ascend. Which ironically went out quite well. Yep, we took the Aquabus to the Court of Fontaine. Surprised what it said highly dangerous. But yes, Nouvelette's out for the attack, honestly. I was looking for some, to see if I had any good goblets. Didn't manage to get a cryo goblet till Act 3, or between 2 and 3 when I was in Dragonspine with a friend, since I've allowed co-op if I can't do it myself. We decided to do Lisa's story quest next, which was decently time consuming. I did have to use Lisa quite a few times. This meant the end of Lisa's story quest. And then we started jungling story quest, which unfortunately I had to use jungling for, because of these cryo slimes regenerating health whenever they touch the ice. So this had to be one of the longest battles coming up in the entire video. I left it uncut so you could see the pain I went through of 3.5 minutes of battling a cryo Regisvine with just Charlotte.
Oh, it's huge.
It's that long. I'm just gonna leave you to just think of why I would do this challenge.
Come to me, my little treasure. Say cheese. Breaking news. Oh, my camera. Smile. Say cheese.
Those who don't know, the cryo Regisvine has a 70% cryo resistance, or something crazy like that. So I took it out without the Corolla being broken or anything. I had to do this straight 3 minutes. Suffering is real. But that's what you need to do for content. All of this video was recorded over 3 days long. So you can tell I spent a long time just editing, recording. As of the time, it is New Year's Eve, 10 p.m. while I'm recording this. So the grind never stops. In the comments, you might say, "Oh, but shouldn't you be spending this with family?" No. The content grind is real.
Smile.
After an eternity, we finally took down that Regispine. We did the cooking event with Jangling. The only issue we had were a few cryo slimes at the lake. You can just run away. We of course won, because of course you would, and finished Jangling's story quest, which let us be able to continue
The Abyss
Act
Order,
3
enemies of the human race. Even the
with
underground
Diluc,
networks rarely
Jean,
come across any information. With
and
that
Venti.
said, it was a bit of a hassle.
Really? That quickly? You really are.
Come to think of it, Mr. B.
We're gonna let them talk, because
How do I put it?
you know
The
they
seven,
deserve to
as
talk
people
for a little
now
bit.
know them, were once known as the Seven
But after that,
Archons.
they don't
Each Archon
don't really
presides
get
over
let
their
them
own
talk.
part of Tobacco. Only in performing this duty can we attain power. But I don't like the idea.
Go forth and establish.
Jean, you're such a
Yeah,
deep.
maybe Paimon.
However it may have come to be, without a doubt.
For those who
I'm
weren't
the
listening,
weakest
because
Archon among
who
the
was,
seven.
Archon's powers are based off how much their people believe in them,
But we digress.
and no one
We
believes in
drove the
Venti.
Abyss Mage to the vicinity of the
I cannot stress enough how important it is.
We fight the scoundrels that we needed for the story. I originally thought that was a cryo mage, which is why I attempted to switch.
Hold that pose.
Then I realized it was Hydro. Cryo works very well against Hydro, for some reason. Almost like they freeze it. Who would ever thought that? Our damage has slowly increased over time. We had a high of 144 there, or 199, which is pretty good for Act 1. And with my terrible crit rate, because it had no crit rate circlets or anything. The hold version of Scarlet's skill gives it more range and gives me more energy. So that's why you'll see it be used quite often.
Say cheese.
We walked our way to Storm Terror's lair after fighting this Pikachu. Went down, fought this little camp, continued forwards, fighting everyone on the way, as much as I could, because there was no way you'd be getting any Charlotte combat, because it is just snap pictures, leave. We go to activate the 3 line actuators after Venti's taken down the barrier to Storm Terror's lair. I've left this first combat one basically unedited, so you can see how I fared against the Pyro Mage and the 2 Dendron Mages, or Samachells, but they're about the same. Our build is, we got 6.6 crit rate, 50 crit damage, and 7.9 cryo damage buff. So here, we'll collect the line actuate, the light things, because, keep it honest, no one remembers the names of it. Light prisms that they only use once in this game. Activate the combat section, where we take out the Dendro Mages first, because burning does a lot of damage. If you keep a close eye on my health, you'll see it's draining very quickly, which I was quite scared about. The skill is doing decent damage to a shield, while I'm getting rid of that lower shell, sandwich shell. I don't know. One of the shells. But once they've been KO'd, I was able to take out the Pyromage with relative ease.
Say cheese. They're still
Yes,
good
red
to
health
me.
is very good, which I was able to activate my burst, which he'll be basically back to full.
Hard-hitting exclusive.
That's as much HP as you need. If you have a good amount of HP, then
Oh, my camera.
damage is frankly negligible. Activate the second line activator, and then the third I managed to time up perfectly with AR-20. We're now able to take on Dvalin.
Now we can fight Dvalin on equal grounds.
I do have to admit, I've left this unedited, so you can see
Let me be
how much pain it is
hundreds of years without
with Charlotte.
Dvalin's teeth and
I
claws
did,
are
however, use
very
Venti
dangerous.
because I did not want to waste the time. And of course, plunge attack off the edge, as you do. But what else can you do about it? I'm telling you something, that damage is not getting you anywhere. After one phase of letting it breathe, I did basically none of its shield at all. If I'd continued on like that, it'd taken like 10 minutes, which would have run the longest battle of the video. I'm glad I didn't, because I was fine wasting 5 minutes combined on 2 enemies in this entire video. That's just to put it into perspective. So enjoy the Charlotte and Venti gameplay.
Aim for the tainted blood clot on his neck.
Smile.
After seeing how much damage I did on phase 1, I decided to give up just using Charlotte for this boss, because I have another trial character. It's worth using. It is Venti, but besides the point. It did decent damage with the swell reaction.
This is Dvalin's ace in the hole. Celestinum finale termini.
This dragon has strange taste when it
We were able to avoid the whatever that move's called. I was just told.
seriously.
Well, anyway, let's ride the wind currents and
This is where I think I
new platform.
figured out that Charlotte's skill could activate even though he was up there.
Watch your step.
Yeah, this is where I gave up on just using Charlotte. I didn't realise my charge attack would do so much to its shield.
Now for a chance. Aim for the tainted blood clot on his neck.
I was doing so much damage from below. Well, not that much damage. How do you manage to 3-phase this boss? Because that's what I believe. The Venti Swirl did insane numbers for the shield.
Aim for the tainted blood clot on his neck.
And if you're going to be in the comments like, oh, for jamming, this wasn't Venti only. Wasn't Charlotte only. You try it with just Charlotte. You won't. Trust me. Pain. Oh, apparently not. Apparently I 4-phased it. It's probably my longest fight against Dvalin. Storm Terror, but you get the picture. The thing with his fancy move is he doesn't actually target the one you're on specifically. So I just stood there. Could have gotten a few hits in, but I decided not to. Just for dramatic effect. But yeah, Charlotte's got really good range for bosses. We'll see how well she does against Charlotte in the next video. I think I got fed up of Venti saying that, so I decided to actually do the battle and take a photo. We were able to take down Storm Terror.
And so, the storm terror threat was.
Here we hit our damage high of the video at 668. And the liar back to Barbara.
The holy liar! Lord Barbados! Even if I atone for these sins for the rest of my life, it would still not be enough!
And then Venti gets jumped by none other than number 8 of the Fatui Harbingers, which just so happened to be
At last, Mondstat,
La Signora.
ruler in the flesh. Scurrying through the streets looking for leftovers. Mondstadt calls this a god? Resident rodent beats invasive vermin. Don't you dare speak back to me, insolent bard. Absentee Archon of Mondstat. How impotent you've become.
That smirky wear looks out of place. Did you steal it from your master's face?
Should have held your tongue. So, this is a gnosis. Wouldn't be caught dead wearing this ugly thing in public. Beauty is a waste when the beholder has no
I think Charlotte would definitely make a news report on this specific event. Get the Fatui framed,
Well, we have what we came here for.
get them framed, and don't have
Come,
any more of
before our dear
thing needed.
and friends arrive. Leave nothing for them to find.
And then they died. And Act 3 was done. See you all in the next video, which will be in Leeway.